Hello, citizens of Super Earth. This is going to be a bit of a different video today. Rather than writing out a script and reading from it word for word, I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts on the current situation of Helldivers 2. I released a video yesterday that really was about the matchmaking issues of Helldivers 2, and I had to tack on a little intro at the beginning because the game is facing a lot of server issues as well. And it's easy to see from all the comments on that video that people are really not happy with the state of the game. And my video probably seemed maybe kind of like I was being an apologist, or I was trying to defend Arrowhead Studio Games by saying, no, they're perfect, they're doing nothing wrong, they're trying their hardest, we should give them all the time that we need, we should give them more money, or whatever, things like that. And I can understand how it looks like that, but I do want to clarify that that's not what I think. I am a big fan of the game because it's just fun. It's just a really fun game to play, and I think that if matchmaking and servers worked correctly, then it would be a very different story. But I don't think that it's a bad game. I think that's something I see being thrown out a lot. Oh, it's a horrible game. Oh, it's a horrible product. It's a poorly made game, and I don't agree with that. The matchmaking and server side of the game, I think, are underpowered. One comment that stood out very potently to me on one of my videos was somebody saying that, oh, the devs are just lazy. And I have a really hard time agreeing with that. Obviously, we don't really know the situation with the devs right now. I mean, I don't know any of them personally. We do have a little bit of a look inside of the developers through the Discord that they've set up for the game. But I can't imagine that these devs are lazy. That they when they were building Helldivers 2, they looked at the matchmaking and server side of things and were like, hey, you know what? Let's just not make it good. Let's just kind of half-ass it. That's hard to imagine, especially coming from the same team who made the first Helldivers, and you just saw the constant support that they gave for that game, and how they really just push, hey, we're going to add this, hey, we're going to add this. They brought it to PC after, man, I don't even know how many years that it was on PlayStation consoles exclusively, and they brought it over to Steam, that way other people could play it, because they really believed in the product. So I have a hard time seeing that the devs are lazy or that they don't care. Now, that does not mean that I'm saying, hey, you're not allowed to be angry at the situation. Of course not. The game is $40 and it doesn't work. That's upsetting. It's disappointing. And I think anybody who has the opportunity to get a refund for the game, I think that if that's what they feel like they should do because they're frustrated, then okay, yeah, I think that's the best option. And for the people who want refunds that can't get them because it's been too long, I understand that's even more frustrating. That's basically $40 down the drain that you can't get. There's other people bringing up things like, hey, I just wish that I could play offline. My video kind of touched on this just a little bit. I have a video coming out soon that talks about if Helldivers 2 is solo friendly. I do think it is solo friendly to a degree. But obviously that is with the caveat that you can't play offline. In my videos, I talk about how I understand why you can't play offline, because it's always online. The galactic map is always changing. I think that's a really fun and really cool idea. But I do still wish that there was an offline mode. I think an offline mode, or kind of for couch co-op, maybe a local play mode would have been awesome. So I'm not trying to be an apologist for the developers. I'm not trying to say, hey, we should forgive them for everything that they've done wrong, or every shortcoming that's come up with the game. No, I 100% understand. I am frustrated myself. I paid for the game. I was very excited for the game. I made this YouTube channel just because I enjoyed playing the game. And when the game doesn't work, it's frustrating because then I can't make as much content. I can't go grab more footage, or hey, I really need to work on the war bomb, that way I can review this weapon before it's kind of obsolete or nobody cares, and I can't do that right now. So You know, I can still do the lore videos and whatnot, but sooner or later, you know, I'm gonna kind of run out of steam, and so, you know, I too am upset. Recently, on the Helldivers 2 Discord, Misty from the Arrowhead Game Studio team posted something, and it reads, "Earlier tonight we had server-related issues with a concurrent player spike. This leads to some mission payouts failing, some players being kicked off their ships, or being logged out. Our team is working around the clock to solve these issues. While we've been able to mitigate some of the causes, we are still struggling to keep up with the scaling that is needed to accommodate all our Helldivers." I think that's a really important key right there, that she says that they're struggling to keep up with the scaling that is needed to accommodate all Helldivers. This is something that I touched in my video the other day, that it really does feel like maybe they weren't expecting this game to be as big as it was. Should there have been a beta to test the servers? Probably. Was there something else that could have been done to test out these servers to be ready if there were so many more people playing this game? Yeah, of course. I think, of course, there are things that could have been done that were not done. That way we could have avoided the situation. But that's in the past now. You know, what's done is done. So let's just keep moving forward to try and figure out, you know, what can be done to play the game. I think that's the best way to look at it. Or Misty continues to say, "Therefore, we've had to cap our concurrent players around 450,000 to further improve server stability. We will continue to work with our partners to get the ceiling raised." I think that's important right there. Continue to work with our partners to get the ceiling raised. Hopefully, those partners are Sony, to get some more servers built up, or whoever that they use to host these servers. That would be great. She says, "If you have progression-related issues, please restart the game in order for things to sync back up. Thank you for your continued patience. Your dedicated team over at Arrowhead." Well, oh man, there's a lot to unpack there that we've kind of gone through. The Discord is definitely a interesting place to be. There's probably a lot more people complaining than there are praising the game, and I think that's fine. Again, I don't want to seem like I'm defending the game at any costs. I too am disappointed that the game is in this state. I'm frustrated. I like to play the game. I like to play the game with my friends. My brother just bought the game the other day. We got to play one mission, and he's not ever been able to play again since. So his view of the game, you know, it might be ruined forever. He may never play it again. He may refund it if he can, and if he can't, he'll probably forever think, nah, that's the game that doesn't work. And that's disappointing. That's frustrating, because I would love to play the game with him. So I don't know. Again, I kind of wanted to clear the air after pushing through all the comments on yesterday's video. But yeah, I think we just need to continue to hold the devs responsible for what they're doing. I'm not saying that we can't criticize them. I'm not saying that we can't say, hey, this is disappointing, this is frustrating. It is. But as for me personally, especially for making videos, I'm going to continue to keep a positive attitude about the game, hoping that things get better. But I also don't want to seem like I'm trying to defend the devs at all costs, no matter what they do, of course. I think the game is extremely fun. I think when you are able to play it with other people, it's even more fun. And I hope to God that they really do fix the issues that are happening with the servers and matchmaking. That way we can continue to make fun content and continue to play the game. So I think that's all for me. I'm gonna take a break for a few days just after reading through all the comments again. It's good to have differing opinions. I'm never gonna silence somebody for having a different opinion than I, or for thinking that my opinion is trash. That's totally fine. But I think I'm just going to take a little break, and then we'll get back to regularly scheduled lore videos and weapon videos as soon as possible. Okay, well, thanks for watching. And hey, don't forget, even if the game servers are down, go spread democracy.
Bug hive, spotted! Fire in the hole! You're back! Throwing grenade! Calling down a sentry!